Hi, yay! I'm so excited that we have another story to read. I am Miss Molinari, Miss M, that's a mouthful to say. And today we are going to do a picture walk and I'm going to read the story Amelia Bedelia. Oh, I remember this when I was younger by Peggy Parish and pictures by Fritz Siebel. Now, this is specifically for INDLS first grade students who are looking at their OLS Lit Comp lesson 9.8 and 9.9. But I love new friends and old friends to enjoy all the stories that we read and share. Okay, so you know the drill. You're going to pause the video. And you're going to go get this book, please, because we do a picture walk and then I read through it and you already have an idea what's going on. I'm going to tell you right now, there's cursive in the book, okay? So that's why it helps when we get to go through it together. Okay, ready? And pause. Go get your book. Go get, pause the video. Go get your book. Okay, I hope you're back now. All right. So we are going to read Amelia Bedelia. Okay. So again, we do our picture walk. We have our title page. I know we haven't had a story like that in a bit. And then we have a title page with the author and the illustrator on there. And I love the pictures here because we can see Amelia Bedelia doing a lot of her activities. I could just get caught up looking at that page the whole time. You can pause the video and turn to your learning coach. What are some of the activities that she does? And what do you think her job might be? Looking at some of those activities. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but you are fabulous first graders and other friends, and you got this. All right, now this is the dedication page, and this is dedicated for Debbie, John Greer, Walter, and Michael Dinkins. We don't have to know who they are, but there must have been somebody special or are somebody special to the author. All right, turning the page. Okay, so I see on the first page that has pictures and words, more of them, I see a blue car. I see a gentleman and a woman in the front seat. The gentleman has a pipe, and there's a puppy dog in the back, and it looks like they're waving, maybe goodbye because they're leaving. And there is, I'm going to guess that's Amelia Bedelia because she's on the front cover. She's in front of a beautiful yellow orange home. Gosh, I like that. Turn the page. There she is. She's standing on the inside. She has her coat on. And then on page 9, I see beautiful flowers, a picture of, well, it kind of looked like the gentleman and the woman. And then I see a big long list, and I think it's in cursive. Turn the page. Look at the stairwell and the chandelier and the curtains. Ooh, that looks like a very nice house. Do we think that that could be a mansion? Ooh, maybe a castle. Oh, I like that. Oh, do you see the couch hanging out in the corner? It's red with little green, maybe flowers on it. I like that. Turn the page. Okay, so it looks like Amelia Bedelia is making something. Hmm. What are some words we could use that are action words? She's breaking the eggs, she's mixing something, and then she's shaking and stirring. I wonder what she's going to make. Now, I look at the other page, and there she is. She's rolling something out. What might she be doing? Turn the page. Oh, goodness. I think we have a good idea. Look on the page, and you can see all those yummy ingredients, and then she's putting something, it looks like, into the oven. It looks like a pie, a big pie to me. Doesn't it look like a pie to you? All right, turn the page, and now it looks like she still has her purse. She's reading a note, and then on page 17, she seems to be looking at towels. What letter do those pink towels have on them? Let your learning coach know. Turn the page, page 18 and 19. I don't know if that's something she should be doing. I don't know. What is she doing to the towels with the scissors? Oh, I hope she's supposed to because she's smiling. I like the bathroom. Oh, turn the page. And she's looking at her list again. And okay, on page 21, it looks like she's sitting there and looking at herself in the mirror. Okay, and there's a big pink box there. And those words on there in cursive are dusting powder. All right, turn the page, and oh gosh, can you guess what she might have done with that dusting powder? I see it in her hands, and now it looks like she's jumping all over the furniture. What do you think she might be doing with the dusting powder? Turn the page. Oh, now it looks like she's looking at the list again. Oh, those are beautiful curtains or drapes. Okay, I'm so excited. Turn the page, and she's drawing a picture of what? She's drawing a picture of the drapes, the curtains. She's a very nice artist. I hope. I'm very curious about this story now. Okay, so we keep going, and she has this list. I wonder why she keeps going back to the list and she's writing something on it. Okay, page 29. I see it looks like maybe she's replacing light bulbs. I don't know. Turn the page. What? Uh, I see Miss Amelia Bedelia holding a light bulb, but then what's happening on the next page? What is she doing? Now, I understand the socks. Sometimes it's nice to hang the clothes outside to dry, but what about the light bulbs? Oh, Amelia Bedelia. Go ahead and turn the page. Oh no, she must have forgotten about the pie because on the next page we can see the pie out. Ooh, it has those squiggly lines. What's that mean again? That it's warm, it's really hot. She's looking at the list. I have something, I think this list has a lot to do with the story. Page 34. Now, I'll tell you that word. That word is rice. You can almost see ice in it, I-C-E. And that is the mama E, where she's silent and says the baby to say its name. So the I is making an I sound. Ice, rice. I wonder what she's doing. And then, what is she doing with a tape measure? Oh my gosh, Amelia Bedelia. Go ahead and turn the page. She's putting the rice back in the container. Why? And turn the page. Oh gosh, there's a lot of cursive writing here. So I'm going to skip that, but I do see some meat down below. And it looks like on page 39, she's thinking about what to do. Oh, Amelia Bedelia, friends, I think she's getting into mischief. I don't know if she means to. Turn the page, and it looks like, okay, maybe she's going to sew next. I see ribbons and maybe some thread. What do you think, friends? I almost think I see scissors, but that might be more thread. But that gives me the idea with ribbon and thread that maybe she's going to sew. I like the basket. Turn the page, and she's holding the chicken like a baby on page 42. And wait a minute, what is she doing to the chicken? Those look like clothes. Oh gosh, Amelia Bedelia, what are you doing to the chicken, friends? Do you think you know? I can't wait to read this story. Turn the page. Oh, it looks like all the gentleman and the lady are home. And she looks very happy to see them. Oh, they're dressed so nice. Turn the page, and the gentleman is outside looking at the light bulbs that are hanging and drying. And there she is looking at him on page 47. Turn the page, and oh no. Page 48, the lady does not look so happy. Even on page 49, she does not look happy, but look at Amelia Bedelia's beautiful drawing of the drapes. Turn the page. Oh no, the lady looks very upset, but Amelia Bedelia is still smiling. Do you see all the little white specks? What did she do to the furniture? Amelia Bedelia seems to look happy. Page 52. Uh-oh. I see the gentleman and the lady on page 52 and 53, and they don't look very happy. And remember when I got a little nervous when I saw Amelia Bedelia taking the scissors and cutting up the towels? I don't know if she was supposed to do that, but I do like the smiley face on page 53. Now on page 54, she's holding the rice. On page 55, she's holding the measuring tape. Turn the page. And on page 57, it looks like the lady is very surprised. That is a beautiful piece of meat in the refrigerator. Wow, it's pretty and covered in bows. Turn the page. Page 59. Look at the chicken or the turkey. Oh, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. What do you say if you see a chicken or a turkey that's got clothes on? I like the little socks. Turn the page. Oh my. Now, I see the lady and the gentleman. The gentleman looks like he has a smile, but the lady, I don't know if she's really smiling yet. Turn the page. Oh my, page 63. Everybody's smiling, and I see some pie. Pie does make everything better. Turn the page, and there is the end of the story, and there's Amelia Bedelia, very smiley with a pie. Okay, so that was like 10 minutes. Kiddos, you may want to pause the video, move around a little. Remember how we stretch our head out without going fast? We don't want to hurt our neck. So we go nice and slow. And remember, we don't ever put our head back and stretch our neck because we can hurt the area in the little spine there and make our fingers and toes tingle, and it can hurt. So remember, we can put our heads down, we can roll. Nice to the side. We don't want to hurt yourself. You can become spaghetti, stretch your arms out, everything. Okay, pause the video. I'm going to start with the beginning of the book, though, because you can pause this anytime you want. Hey, Elmo. Beginning of the book. Here we go. Oh, Amelia Bedelia, your first day of work, and I can't be here. But I made a list for you. You do just what the list says, said Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers got into the car with Mr. Rogers. They drove away. Some of the pictures are already making sense. What do you think? That's why I love picture walks. Turn the page. My, what nice folks. I'm going to like working here, said Amelia Bedelia. Page 10 and 11. Amelia Bedelia went inside. Such a grand house. These must be rich folks. But I must get to work. Here I stand just looking, and with me a whole list of things to do. Amelia Bedelia stood there a minute longer. I think I'll make a surprise for them. I'll make a lemon meringue pie. I do make good pies. Turn the page. That's what she was making. So Amelia Bedelia went into the kitchen. She put a little of this and a pinch of that into a bowl. She mixed and she rolled. Soon her pie was ready to go into the oven. There, said Amelia Bedelia, that's done. Page 16. Now let's see what this list says. Amelia Bedelia read. Okay, so this is cursive. So I'm going to read the sentence very slowly so you can point to the words if you can see where they are, and then I'll read it a little faster. Change the towels in the green bathroom. Okay, I'm going to read it a little faster. Change the towels in the green bathroom. Amelia Bedelia found the green bathroom. Those towels are very nice. Why change them, she thought. Turn the page. Then Amelia Bedelia remembered what Mrs. Rogers had said. She must do just what the list told her. Well, all right, said Amelia Bedelia. Look at the picture. What's she doing? Amelia Bedelia got some scissors. She snipped a little here and a little there. She changed those towels. She did, didn't she? What do you think Mrs. Rogers might have meant, though, instead of cutting up the towels? We'll have to see. Turn the page, page 20. Here we go. There, said Amelia Bedelia. She looked at her list again. Okay, get that pointer finger. Dust the furniture. Dust the furniture. Did you ever hear tell of such a silly thing? At my house, we undust the furniture, but to each his own way. Page 21. Amelia Bedelia took one last look at the bathroom. She saw a big box with the words dusting powder on it. Oh, friends. Oh, look at the next page. Oh, you know what she's doing. Well, look at that, a special powder to dust with, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. So, Amelia Bedelia dusted the furniture. That should be dusty enough. My, how nice it smells. What do you think Mrs. Rogers may have meant? I mean, unless you think she meant make the furniture dusty. Okay, page 25. Ready? Point your finger. Draw the drapes when the sun comes in. So draw the drapes when the sun comes in. Read Amelia Bedelia. She looked up. The sun was coming in. Amelia Bedelia looked at the list again. Draw the drapes? That's what it says. I'm not much of a hand at drawing, but I'll try. Oh, do you see a pattern here? I don't know if Amelia Bedelia is doing what Mrs. Rogers wants, but she is following the list. Page 26. So Amelia Bedelia sat right down and she drew those drapes. Turn the page. Amelia Bedelia marked off about the drapes. Now what? Okay, more cursive. Ready? Point your finger. Put the lights out when you finish in the living room. Put the lights out when you finish in the living room. Do you guys already remember that picture? Page 29. Amelia Bedelia thought about this a minute. She switched off the lights and then she carefully unscrewed each bulb. Oh no, it says put the lights out. Turn the page. Oh my goodness, what did she do? She put the lights out. And Amelia Bedelia put the lights out. So those things need to be aired out too, just like pillows and babies. Oh, I do have a lot to learn. What do you think Mrs. Rogers might have meant when she said, put the lights out? Okay, turn the page. My pie! Exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. She hurried to the kitchen. Just right, she said. She took the pie out of the oven and put it on the table to cool, and then she looked at the list. Okay, ready? Point your finger. Measure 2 cups of rice. Measure 2 cups of rice. Well, that's next, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia found 2 cups. She filled them with rice. And Amelia Bedelia measured that rice. She is, isn't she? She's measuring the rice. Amelia Bedelia laughed. Those folks do want me to do funny things. And then she poured the rice back into the container. Measure 2 cups of rice. She did, right? Turn the page. Oh, wow, there is a lot of cursive writing here, okay? So I would like you to follow along. I'll read slowly, but I won't go as slow on this. The meat market will deliver a steak and a chicken. Please trim the fat before you put the steak in the icebox, and please dress the chicken. Now, I'm not sure if you know what, there's another meaning for that. We know the picture, what Miss Amelia Bedelia did. Oh, gosh. Oh, Miss Amelia Bedelia. Page 39. When the meat arrived, Amelia Bedelia opened the bag. She looked at the steak for a long time. Yes, she said, that will do nicely. Turn the page. Oh, remember all the sewing stuff? Page 41, Amelia Bedelia got some lace and bits of ribbon, and Amelia Bedelia trimmed that fat before she put the steak in the icebox. Do you remember the picture? Turn the page. Now I must dress the chicken. I wonder if she wants a he chicken or a she chicken, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia went right to work, and soon the chicken was finished. Do you remember the picture by looking at this one where she's making the clothes? I liked the socks. All right. Oh, gosh. Page 44. Amelia Bedelia heard the door open. The folks are back, she said, and she rushed out to meet them. Page 46. Amelia Bedelia, why are all the light bulbs outside? Asked Mr. Rogers. The list just said to put the lights out, said Amelia Bedelia. It didn't say to bring them back in. Oh, I do hope they didn't get aired too long. Do we need to air out light bulbs? Do they get stinky? Turn the page. 48. Amelia Bedelia, the sun will fade the furniture. I asked you to draw the drapes, said Mrs. Rogers. I did. See, said Amelia Bedelia. She held up her picture. When someone says to draw the drapes, it means to close them. What Mrs. Rogers wanted were the drapes to be closed so that the sun does not fade the furniture and fade the color. But Amelia Bedelia did what the list said, right? Turn the page. Then Mrs. Rogers saw the furniture. The furniture, she cried. Did I dust it well enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. That's such nice dusting powder. I don't know. How do you think Mrs. Rogers feels about dust all over the furniture? She did what the list said, right? Right? Right. Turn the page. 52. Mr. Rogers went to wash his hands. I say, he called, these are very unusual towels. Do we remember what Amelia Bedelia did to the towels? Mrs. Rogers dashed into the bathroom. Oh, my best towels, she said. Didn't I change them enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. Think about the list. Change the towels. Turn the page, page 54. Mrs. Rogers went into the kitchen. I'll cook dinner. Where's the rice I asked you to measure? I put it back in the container, but I remember. It measured 4.5 inches, said Amelia Bedelia. Oh, Amelia. Turn the page, page 56. Was the meat delivered? Asked Mrs. Rogers. Yes, said Amelia Bedelia. I trimmed the fat just like you said. It does look nice. Mrs. Rogers rushed to the icebox. She opened it. Lace, ribbons, oh dear, said Mrs. Rogers. When we trim something, it's almost like tracing it. So if you look at that picture, she traced the fat, didn't she? She put trim and ribbons. It looks very pretty. Turn the page to page 58. Oh no. The chicken. You dressed the chicken? She dressed it, asked Mrs. Rogers. Yes, and I found the nicest box to put him in, said Amelia Bedelia. Box? Exclaimed Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers hurried over to the box. She lifted the lid. There lay the chicken, and he was just as dressed as he could be. That's that. When we talk about dressing a chicken, it's not putting clothes on. I'll let your learning coach explain. Turn the page, page 60. Mrs. Rogers was angry. Look at the picture. She was very angry. She opened her mouth. Mrs. Rogers meant to tell Amelia Bedelia that she was fired. But before she could get the words out, Mr. Rogers put something in her mouth. It was so good, Mrs. Rogers forgot about being angry. Now, before we turn the page, what did Mr. Rogers put or feed Mrs. Rogers? Turn the page, page 62. Lemon meringue pie, she exclaimed. I made it to surprise you, said Amelia Bedelia happily. So right then and there, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers decided that Amelia Bedelia must stay. And so she did. Mrs. Rogers learned to say undust the furniture, unlight the lights or turn them off, close the drapes, and things like that. Mr. Rogers didn't care if Amelia Bedelia trimmed all of his steaks with lace. Turn the page. All he cared about was having her there to make lemon meringue pie. That was a wonderful story. And there are other books. I'm looking on the back page. Ooh. So if you like this one, but you can find the others. Thank you so much for listening to that. I really enjoyed telling it. That was a good story. Have a wonderful evening or day or morning. Hasta luego. I'll see you soon. Te amo. I love you.